Today we're just going to do a little stream of consciousness video. So this may be a little bit more of a podcast in length. Maybe not. Maybe I'll only go 15 minutes or so. But I want to just come on here and not really put out another sort of concept video where it's leading in day game or how to get a girl back after she's not been talking to you for a while or something like that. I just want to come on here and talk to you guys because you guys are my homies. And I think it's been a while since we really had a conversation. And I want to start doing more live streams. I want to start doing more. I want to interact with you guys more. I think that would be good. I feel like I've been emotionally distant, I think, from you guys, from my audience. And there's so many reasons for it. I would say that when you start a business like the one that I've started, and I've been thriving for many years in this business, I have not had to, it's been my full-time thing forever, right? I've not had to get a job or a side career or anything like that. What starts to happen, I think, is you start to desire privacy in a sense. So, you'll get a lot of, and you got to think, right? I've been doing this for like 8 years now or something. So you got to think like there's maybe times where I've tried out relationships. I've tried out monogamous relationships. I've tried relationships where they maybe start off as open relationships and then we turn it into monogamous, or I've tried these things and I've been in those and I've cheated a bunch, and I've had periods where I'm going out 12 nights a week, and I've had periods where I don't feel like going out at all. So what you get to this point where like you kind of get tired of people just like asking you all the time, like, what about you right now? What about you? Like, give us your personal life right now. What's going on? It's like, I don't want to tell you all the time. And so I find myself just kind of wanting to put out more concept videos, right? But now I feel like I'm kind of moving towards another direction where it's like I do want to talk more personally, where I want to talk more about like, dude, I was just in Europe for 2 months, right? And Europe was absolutely insane. It was one of the craziest times of my life. I've never felt more free. I've never felt more alive. The women that I met, the places that I went, everything was just magic for months, right? Then I come back, and a lot of times like, you guys don't even know what I'm up to, right? Like I just had like one of the best boot camps I've ever ran in my life in Los Angeles this past weekend. And you guys got to realize, and again, I know that this video, I know we're going to crack maybe 70 views on this video. This is just for the hardcore fans. This is just for anybody who's kind of been here with me from the beginning. But you do have to understand, like, I'm not a mentally normal person, right? Like, you guys have probably been able to pick up on that, right? Maybe you see somebody else like, I don't know, like Todd V or something, right? Like you look at a guy like Todd V. Todd V seems like pretty mentally normal. I don't think you guys have ever watched my infields over the years or my videos or my podcasts and thought like, this guy's like mentally stable. I have like severe, I don't know and I don't care. It's almost cringe to say, but I have like severe ADHD. Like just unbelievable, right? Like I'm just not a mentally normal person. And so the reason I bring that up is it's like, I'm also not very organized. I'm not organized. I lack discipline in some areas. Some areas I don't, others I do. Maybe even you guys watch this video right now, you're like, oh dude, he looks leaner. I have lost 30 pounds, about over 30 pounds since January 1st, actually. I stopped drinking on January 1st. And I've lost 30 pounds since then. But dude, I'm so unorganized that like, I don't bring like camera guys on my boot camps. I should be like filming this shit all the time. I should be filming the life I live. Like if you guys would have just seen 8 days of my life this past week in Los Angeles, California, your mind would just be blown at what I'm doing all the time. The boot camps I'm running, the girls I'm spending time with, just the things I'm doing, the things that I'm accomplishing, and just the monologues I go on to people and the lives that I'm changing. It's unbelievable. And then all that ever really comes out of a boot camp or something is, maybe I'll have like one of the students hold my camera for a minute, or maybe I'll get a testimonial or something like that. But like, same with Europe, right? Again, 2 months of just like the most insane shit I've ever done. All these girls, all these trips, all the day game that doesn't get recorded, all the night game that doesn't get recorded. Like, it's all so insane. And so like, I don't know, dude. I'm trying to rehire Alpha Chad. I'm trying to get Alpha Chad back on. I'm begging him. So I might get Alpha Chad back. Alpha Chad and I were we were a dynamic duo. Maybe I'll see if he wants to do a podcast soon or something. I think that'd be cool. But yeah, I started a new channel. You guys know that. Maybe you know that. Do you know that? Did you know? Actually, I don't even talk about it really on here that much. I started a new channel called Day Game Decoded. And the reason why, so I'll tell you guys something. So number one, I will be nuking the Evolution Daily channel eventually, probably like 2 months from now, something like that. And there's a very easy reason why. So if you look at, again, the Day Game Decoded YouTube channel that I started, it's popped off very easily and very quickly. Every video I post gets a minimum of 1,500 views. I mean, that's like the bare bones minimum. The one I just posted, I think it's already at like 3,000 views. I only posted it like 5-6 days ago, something like that. People want my infield. They love my infield. And for anybody that starts a YouTube channel or any sort of social media endeavor, I'll give you guys like a quick little piece of advice. So here's what I did wrong, right? And the reason why this channel could never possibly grow. I'll give you guys like the 20 seconds on why this channel is doomed forever, always will be, and why the Day Game Decoded channel, I planned on it taking 6 months. It took like 2 videos for it to just wildly surpass anything on this channel. Even now, it's only at like 800 subs, and I started it a few months ago, and the videos just pop off. Tons of comments, tons of likes, tons of engagement. People commenting like, "Do you do boot camps? Like, it's just amazing." You can search Day Game Decoded, but so with algorithms, right? With YouTube algorithm, the way that it works is like, let's say that you started posting, and you can, bro, once I tell you this, you might look at some of your favorite creators from the past and be like, oh, that's why they fell off so hard. So when you start a channel, let's say that I post 10 videos on like day game and stuff, right? Like, this is how you open in day game. This is how you lead a conversation. Here's 5 witty lines you can use to get a girl hooked, whatever. Well, now maybe that builds up a subscriber base. And now the algorithm goes like, oh, okay, these people are subscribed to his channel. They want to watch his day game videos where he's talking about day game. And so they go to watch the videos and it's all fine and dandy. And then all of a sudden I go, you know what? This is a nutrition channel now. Well, all of those people that were watching all the day game content, a bunch of them are not going to click the nutrition video. It's going to like drop, right? And so then it's going to go like, the YouTube algorithm goes, oh, okay, so we're seeing that less people are even interested in this nutrition video. We're probably not going to push it as much if it keeps going this route. And so then I post another nutrition video, and like it's not sticking. And then I go, oh, I'm going to do day game videos again. And now maybe I did get some subs from nutrition. So just all over the place. So basically from day one, I should have always had 2 channels, Aaron Alexander Infield and then Aaron Alexander Coaching. From day one, that's how it should have been. Because what happened is it's like, I get on here and I talk about testosterone and steak and law of attraction and winning in life and all this stuff. And I maybe had, of these 23,000 subs right now, maybe I've got like, I don't know, maybe there's like 1 infield that I had that got 2,000 subs. And so people click that, they see like, oh, day game poll or, awesome day game interaction, gets a ton of views, 2,000 subs. And then it's like, law of attraction to get girl. I have a video called like, how do you start, like use the force to pick up women? It's like some dumb shit. So like you have to stay pretty niched onto a channel, right? So again, I'm seeing that with the Day Game Decoded channel. If you guys go check that out, you'll see like, it's just the same content kind of over and over again. And that's great because now anybody who ever came to that channel for a piece of that content, they now are interested in the next piece of content and the next. And then the people that came from that, they're interested in the next. And so it will just continue to snowball upwards. It's doing that, and it's going to continue to do that. There's like no possibility of falling off. There's only a possibility for massive growth. Whereas with this channel, I went back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. And then I had, what really killed this channel is the street interview videos that I did. I put out 2 of them, there's like 4 videos that have killed my channel. All of them that did really well. And it was a street interviews video where I asked hot girls advice on how to pick them up. Another one was making out with a girl at the park. Another one was, do girls send nudes? Something like that. All these videos in total got like over 500,000 views. And in one weekend of that street interview video, I got like 4,500 subs in one weekend. That's 4,500 new subscribers that are not going to give a shit about any of this other content that I post. So from that moment forward, me and Alpha Chad used to laugh. This is like embarrassing. I don't give a fuck. We had like a year. It was when Alpha Chad was still working with me. We had like a year where the subscriber count every single month was negative. Because it was just like, you subscribed for like me making out with some Latina on the street and with a microphone in her face. And then the next video is again like manifesting day game lays or some dumb shit, right? So this channel never really has a chance. And I actually reached this shout out to James, who was on one of the podcasts. Hopefully he makes it this far in the video. I'm not even gonna tell him that I shouted him out. But we had this funny moment in London when I went to London. I was staying with him for a few days, and we're down by this river. And dude, and I'm just like yelling, and I'm just like, I can't. My channel's not gonna pop off. Like what? Like God, this sucks. Like whatever. And here's the crazy thing, right? Here's the crazy thing. You guys love my shit so much that I still I do well with this as a business. And I help so many of you. Like I help so many of you with my mentorship programs and on my boot camps and on my one-on-one programs and just like everything. So then it gets frustrating because it's like, dude, if I just was able to make this pop, like, come on, it would just be like game over at such an unprecedented level. I get really, every once in a while I get down about something and I get so proud of myself. Like I look at my life and I'm just like, you really I created this life. Like my beautiful car, my beautiful apartments that I live in, all these like insane adventures, being able to like take women. Like I've created this life for myself and it's, I'm impressed by it. And I only say that because yeah, sometimes I get down about shit and I have to always like come back to a lot of my accomplishments. I was 300 pounds. I am currently 102 pounds down from what I once was. So I've accomplished a lot, right? But I'm with James and I'm just like freaking out. I'm like, dude, I can't get this channel to pop. Like fucking this, I'm getting so mad, dude. And I just like, I go to Paris next. So we run a phenomenal boot camp in Los Angeles, or I'm sorry, in London. And then I go to Paris after that. And when I get to Paris, I unfortunately just had gone to Europe too early. I really underestimated how far north a lot of these northern European countries are than Ohio or New York even. So I get to Paris and for like 3 days, bro, I am basically just locked into my place. I mean, I could have gone outside, but it was ice rain. It was raining and icy and just terrible for like 3 days. So I just go so unbelievably deep into the YouTube algorithm and so unbelievably deep into understanding the way that YouTube really works. And this was something that I really hadn't done in years and years. And I just realized like, oh, I have to start a new channel. I have to start the Day Game Decoded channel. So I started the Day Game Decoded channel and it pops. It starts doing really well. So eventually, and not yet, I want you guys to just stay here for a little while. Like this video if you can, I guess. I don't even care. But eventually I will also start, Aaron Alexander Dating or something like that, like a new channel where it's only me giving advice, just these sorts of videos, right? Like me just dispelling my wisdom. I am so filled with wisdom and maybe it'll be called Aaron Alexander Lectures. I've been kind of playing with that idea. And then like one video a week where it's just so hard hitting and it's like 45 minutes. Every Monday at 7 p.m., just like a new lecture drops, right? I've been thinking about that, but I'll eventually do that, and that's my future really here on this platform is the infields on one channel, and then me giving advice on this channel, and that's it. That's where we're at. So that's something that has been really inspiring to me, seeing the Day Game Decoded channel popping off, and you guys will see, bro, I filmed infield at the Parthenon in Greece. I don't even know if I should. I'm actually afraid to put that out I'm actually afraid. I don't know. I'm going to have to look in the law. I don't know, dude. It's insane what I filmed at the Parthenon. Look up what the Parthenon is. Nobody has infield at the Parthenon. It's insane what I'm going to drop. The London videos were sick. Those popped off on the channel as well. But it's exciting, man. It's good stuff. So yeah, I think a lot about how I don't film enough of my life, and maybe I got to get Alpha Chad back on to just be like my full-time camera guy. I don't know, bro. Maybe I even just tell girls like, yo, we can go on this date, but like my camera guy is going to be sitting in a corner filming us. Are you cool with that? And she'll be like, no, that's insanely weird. And then maybe I'll drop from, I don't know, 12 dates a month to 2 dates a month. I don't know, but maybe they'll be filmed, right? Maybe they'll be filmed. So, it's just things I think about. But yeah, I quit drinking. Many of you know I did 5.5, I don't want to lie. 4.5? 4.5 years? 5 years? Something like that. I forget the number now because it's been a long time. But I started drinking again, and I hate saying this because so many people say it, but like I did start drinking during COVID, but it wasn't because of COVID. My life was great. Dude, I had fun. You can ask Alpha Chad. We had fun. I was living with him. Dude, we were throwing parties, going out all the time. I was going out all the time. Like, dude, I had a blast during COVID. Some of you freaks even took boot camps with me down in Miami and all these places. Like, it was fine. So it wasn't because of COVID. I felt at that time like I did it. I've changed. I felt as though that I had to stop drinking in order for me to level up, and that I felt like I had mentally leveled up enough to a place where I could casually drink. And I did here and there, but then, dude, I would just go off the rails. And the problem is I'm white trash, okay? I grew up, look up Eaton Estates in Ohio. Type in Eaton Township, Ohio. All right, that's where I grew up. Look around. Get on Google Maps. Look around, all right? I am white trash. And I love beer, okay? I try to just do dry red wine sometimes, and then that turns into I want some fucking beer, and I go get the beer. I ain't going out getting a vodka water, okay? I don't want to hear from anybody. Well, if you just stick to the low calorie, shut up. I want a Busch Light. I want a Busch Heavy. I want a Bud Ice, all right? That's what I fucking want to drink. So that's what I'm going to drink. So I just started getting fat again, dude, and then that leads to nicotine. You guys know I love nicotine. I'm chewing nicotine gum right now. I'll probably never quit nicotine gum, but I want to smoke a fucking cig. I want to go get a vape. I get so wild. And so I quit again, January 1st. So I'm currently 6 months in. Now, what is it right now? August, it's like August 5th or something like that right now. So I'm like 7 months and 5 days in or something. Cool. That's good. But I'm not going to make sobriety really a part of my life. I'm not going to talk about sobriety much because I still don't really want to be sober. I don't think being sober is cool. You guys will, dude, I can't stand and look, I want to say this. Let me say this because I think I'm being rude. I think I'm being mean, actually. I don't want to be mean. There are people where their alcoholism has become life and death. And so I don't want to take away from those people. So actually, no, there should be sober influencers and there should be people preaching sobriety. I actually do believe that. But I'm not going to be that guy because I think drinking is cool. I think drinking's awesome. I think it's fun. I just want to get to a place eventually where maybe it's like my business or multiple businesses are on such autopilot that even a 7-day, 2-week bender potentially doesn't, mess up my business. Maybe I'm so muscular that I don't get so fat so easily. My thyroid function is so good. And my muscle, my lean body mass is so high, my body fat's so low that I don't know, I just process the alcohol differently maybe. I don't know, dude. I want to drink again one day. I don't think it's cool to be sober. I think if you're a guy who doesn't really struggle with moderation with alcohol, then I think alcohol dates are the best. Going and getting wine with a chick, going and having some beers with a chick, I think it's absolutely the best. Dating sober is... I mean, I'm different, right? I'm exceptional. I'm an exceptional person. My speaking abilities, my abilities in telling stories and looking a woman in the eyes and relaying emotion and feeling her emotion. I mean, I have exceptional game. So it's a little different for me, but I think for the average man, sober dating is like probably like way more difficult, right? And so it's just easier to bond, right? Her guard's down, your guard comes down a little bit, you're just having some drink. It's a good feeling. It's a great feeling. I love drinking with chicks, bro. There's nothing better. And I made it all the way through Europe. I actually took this chick to hang out with a buddy of mine, and I told him when we were all there at the table, I said something like, yeah, I've been sober since January 1st, whatever. And he looked at me like, you're bullshitting me right now. Because he couldn't even fathom that I went through all of Europe without drinking. And I'm like, wait, why are you looking at me like this? And I told him, like, dude, I really didn't drink. And I almost did near the end. I went back to Paris again. And I couldn't get out of my mind how much fun it would be to just get wine wasted and like run around Paris and just, I was getting rinsed in Paris, by the way. I was getting absolutely destroyed because I was not staying in very touristy areas. And a lot of, so many girls I would go up and talk to just did not speak English, just straight up. And my French is just absolutely gone ever since I learned Spanish. So I got rinsed when I was over there. But that's how it goes. So I was back in Paris and I almost drank, but I decided not to. And I'm really glad that I didn't. And then even this past week in LA, I almost drank again. Just hanging out with this chick and just thinking like, man, it'd be so fun if we got drunk. She's like, yeah, it would be. It would be pretty fun. I'm like, I'm not doing it. I got things I got to accomplish. I have obligations to you guys. I need to be putting out the content that you guys love so much. And so that's what I'm going to be doing. But yeah, dude, I talked to my buddy Chuck a while ago, and I got to call Chuck. Maybe Chuck will make it this far. I highly doubt Chuck will make it this far in this video. But I talked to him a while ago, and I think I was just like, dude, like, give me your thoughts on my brand, like overall. And he said something. He said, I feel like you used to be better friends with your audience. You used to like be their friend. They felt like you were on their team. And whereas my content almost turned a little bit more harsh and a little more robotic in a sense. And that doesn't mean I'm still not going to keep some things to myself. I mean, I can pretty certainly say I'm not going to be in a relationship anytime soon. But overall, yeah, I mean, I'll still keep some things to myself. And I think I don't owe anybody, any personal things in my life or whatever. But I do want to be more communicative in this way, right? I want to be a little bit more, just let you guys in a little bit more than I have over the last couple of years, and continue to post this content because, like I said, the day game, like it might sound dumb, man. If you're just watching this, like it might sound dumb, but like you got to realize like this is my livelihood, and I've been a dating coach for so long. I've been a pickup coach running these boot camps for so long because I love this shit. And any of my boot camp students that I have ever had will attest to that. Like I've had guys even just in the middle of it just be like, damn, you like really love this shit, don't you? And I'm like, you think? I love game. I love overcoming my fears to go talk to a chick. I love drowning out the self-defeating voices telling me like, oh, you wouldn't be able to get her or she's out of your league. I love the results from game. I love having sex with women, beautiful, beautiful women. I love going on dates with them. I love getting to know their souls inside and out and sharing my life lessons. It's very often that a woman will say, either text me after or after, we've spent time together in some capacity or while we are seeing each other or whatever. It's not uncommon for me to get something from them at some point that just says like, I really appreciate some of the advice that you gave me the other day, or I really appreciate your insights into something that I gave them insights on or whatever. Like this is kind of common. And I feel like at the highest level, I love game so much because like, I do love to give. I really love giving. I love eating puss, right? And there we go. And now the algorithm, now this video just dropped down to like maybe 30 views. But, dude, I can like jack off just thinking about like eating a chick out, like a girl that I really want. Like I could just jack off thinking about like eating her out. Like I love to give in that way. I love to give. I like taking girls out. I like simping. I enjoy being a simp. I made a joke on Facebook the other day. I said my book, Strategic Simp, The Strategic Simp, is going to drop this coming year. I like simping. And the thing is, though, is if you really look at like what simping is guys being overly nice to a woman as a strategy to get what they want. I don't simp until I get what I want. So if I'm getting something, if I'm getting something what I want, if a girl's just fucking coming straight over to my crib and, you know, again, without saying too many graphic things, hoping this doesn't just get completely dropped down in views, you know, as long as I'm getting what I want, which you can imagine what that is, from a woman, then I'm going to give her what she wants, which is, you know, I'm going to take her out. I'll fucking go on trips with her. I'll pay for a flight for her to come meet me. Something like, dude, I'll do anything for a chick. I like doing things for women, so long as they're doing things for me. That's the difference, right? I'm not really big on this whole, like, I don't know, like staying cold and just like letting her know, like that's all they say, like whatever. I don't know, dude. I'm not into that. So I love the game. I love giving. I want to continue, I guess, just like giving to women as well as giving to you guys more. I want to give to you guys more. When it comes to women, I think I'm, how do I put it? Like it's something where I haven't struggled for so long. It's like, it's been so long since I've struggled with women. Like truly, I could just drop to zero today. And if you told me, hey, Aaron, like build a rotation over the next couple of weeks, like I'm going to build it. It's going to be very easy. I'm going to build it very, very easily, very quickly. It will be no problem. I would almost venture to say I could build a whole rotation with like 1 weekend out in the field. I'm genuinely not even kidding. Like with just 2 night game sessions and 2 day game sessions, I think that's enough to build a rotation for me, truly. So it's like, I almost feel sometimes like it's difficult at times to make content around. I almost struggle to make content because like I'm not having these like new crazy victories with women all the time that are like, I just learned this insanely valuable lesson. Like I am always learning some things, but it's almost more of feelings. It's almost like, let's say that let's say you're learning sword fighting and you're just sword fighting so much with somebody, but like you don't know what the terms are. You don't even know what it's called. You don't know what you did. You don't know like how you did this block or whatever. You're just getting more fluid. You're just getting more in the flow. I just find that I am constantly getting more in the flow versus like learning a new tactic or a new trade or something. So, but again, with the organization, I mean, I should be asking you guys. I should ask you guys every single video, and maybe we'll start right now. I should ask you guys every video, like, put something down below. What do you want me to talk about? I'll talk to you guys about it. I'll make a video. I will vow right now, I will make a video on every single topic that gets placed under this video. If you made it this far into the video, and actually I'm not wearing my glasses right now, so I can't see how far in we are. I wear contacts most of the time, but I do have glasses for nighttime when I've taken them out. Okay, we're 30 minutes in. So if you guys, and I was going to wear them, I think I look fine in them, but it was the glare that was kind of killing me. I look like a White Walker if I go like that, right? Like I don't know, I look like Wally right now, so I'm not doing that. But I will if you made it 30 minutes in this video and you leave a comment down below with a topic, I will make a video on every single topic that you guys post under this video. So yeah, sometimes I struggle for content, and then guys tell me, like, they go, dude, just like watch some other people and like copy their content. And maybe I actually should do that. I don't know. But I'm just not, again, with like not being mentally normal, I'm so unorganized. Dude, I'm so unorganized. It's insane. That's another reason why I need Alpha Chad back, because Alpha Chad's very organized. Dude, I'm about to call him right now. No, I'm not. I'm not going to call Alpha Chad. We talk all the time. People talk to me sometimes. They act like, They're like, dude, whatever happened between you and Hunter? I'm like, nothing. He's the shit. I miss him. I love Hunter. He's the best. He knows that. So I'm begging him to work for me again. So we're working on that. We're in negotiations for that. But I'm very unorganized. I'm mentally unstable. I'm a mentally unstable person. I was joking with this chick just a few days ago. I said to her, I recently realized that everybody is not just like fighting a mental war every day. And she's like, well, yeah, like, what do you mean? And I'm like, yeah, like, I'm just always fighting a mental battle. And I don't complain about it's a double-edged sword because I think I'm kind of like, I think I'm crazy, but I kind of like it. I think it's like maybe severely bipolar. I think my mom's pretty bipolar. I think she's medicated for it. I think she's told me that. So it's like the lows are real dark. When I get real in my head about shit, it can get real dark. But the highs are just unparalleled. The highs are beyond. I mean, they're so euphoric, and I probably will end up schizophrenic. I wasn't going to talk about this publicly because there's no point. There was a homeless guy outside of the gas station earlier today, and this is no cap. I put this on the lives of my family. Swear, Scout's honor. There was a homeless guy outside of what was it, Circle K? Or yeah, I think it was a Circle K. I had to get gas. Homeless guy out there. And I have a lot of sympathy for homeless people. I don't care if they did it to themselves. I don't care if they did it with drugs. I don't care if they did it with alcohol. I don't care. I have sympathy for homeless people. Something happened to them in their mind with they fell into the wrong crowd and they got addicted to this drug that they're now, I don't care, dude. I have sympathy for homeless people. So a guy kind of, it's like an older guy too. He's like around like, I bet he's like 60. He's got a gray beard, he's shirtless, it's 100 degrees. And I go walking in. He's like, hey man, you got $1? And I'm like, I don't have any cash on me. He's like, oh, okay, no problem, brother. And I go, you want something from in there? He goes, well, I was hoping to get I was about to get one of those. He called it a plastic tip cigar. And I go, like a Black and Mild? He goes, yeah. I go, what flavor? He goes, just whatever. And I go, okay, I'll get you one. And I go, you want a beer? He's like, you serious? And I'm like, yeah. He's like, hell yeah, I want a beer. And I'm like, all right, what do you want? He's like, just something cheap. And I'm like, all right, cool. So I go into the gas station. I get him 2 tall boys and a cigar. And I come back out and you could just tell he's kind of baffled. He's like, thanks, man. Like, thank you. Because people are offering, what's someone going to give him, a sandwich or something? It's like, he'll find food. They can get food. They can't get alcohol, right? And I know that like, maybe he's a struggling alcoholic and you fueled his. I don't care. I don't give a shit. I've been there before, dude. I know I've been at places where I felt so mentally unwell that like alcohol was all that I felt that could cure me in that moment. So I needed some beer. And he looked like he needed a beer. And I saw him crack open. I got him a Bud Ice and a regular Budweiser. And I saw him crack open the Bud Ice and smile. He just took like a huge swig of it and a big ass smile and looked over at me and gave me a thumbs up because I was still pumping my gas now. And so I know what it's like to be mentally unwell, right? And this isn't like by the way, but just to be clear, this is not like I'm depressed. I'm not depressed. I'm not depressed. I would never describe what I've ever experienced as depression, except for when I was very young, when I was like early 20s. I don't get depressed. I think I am just like manic. Maybe like they call it I don't know what it is, but I'm not a depressed guy. I would never come on here and complain about my life. This is what I was saying earlier, dude. My life is insane. I say this all the time. I wish I could be filmed without me even knowing. Because even something changes when I know the camera's on, right? But if you guys would have just had like secret footage of my last, I think I was in LA for like a total of 9 days total. From front to back, if you guys just had footage of that, you'd be pretty blown away. You'd be pretty blown away by just like, I just feel like I live out a movie. I try to have a main character energy. There's this funny, I like when people say this. I see like people on TikTok say this. They say, do it for the plot. Do it for the plot, right? And I feel like I am always doing everything for the plot. I really am. I live a phenomenal life. So don't get it twisted. I'm not on here complaining about mental health. No, I'm not. If you are struggling with that though, that's rough. Mental health is very real. People are going through shit. I think like when I hear Tate, you guys probably know, I love Tate, right? People almost expected me to like not like Tate or something because Tate will at times talk about, not focusing on women and focusing on your purpose or whatever. But the thing is, Tate also is somebody who will talk, all about all the times where him and his brother would travel around and go do day game, straight up, like approaching, doing cold approaches, talking about the system that he had there, talked about, chasing chicks all through his, throughout his years or whatever. And Tate's the shit. I just think he's got like a few wives now. And, so yeah, like what's he going to be? And obviously even hooking up with chicks for him at this point is a risk. So people almost are like, what do you think about when Tate says whatever? And I'm like, dude, Tate's the man. Like he can say whatever he wants. He's the shit. I love Tate. But whenever Tate talks about like, mental health and there not being a need for therapy and things like that, I view all of this, I view everything as like a 90-10. Everybody talks about 80-20. I look at life as like 90-10, right? I think 90% of cops are good and like 10% of them are evil and do horrible things, right? I think that like if you take 100 people that are on antidepressants, I think like 90% of them don't need to be on it and could be doing something else, and 10% of them do. So same thing with mental health. I think that most men, I think that if you feel like you have crazy mental health issues, I think that if I were to just deposit $10K into your bank account, give you a mid chick, just a mid girlfriend that cares about you and wants to come over and cuddle and watch movies and suck your dick, and you guys go get Chinese food on Wednesdays, and then maybe we shed like 10 pounds off your body. I think 90% of men, their mental health problems all of a sudden kind of go away. But there's 10% that need shit. So I would say also like, I don't know, man, don't get on pills. I do advise against pills, man. I made a real decision when I was younger that I would never get on any sort of like a psychiatric medication. Ever. I think that a lot of times, I think people are not leaning into their nature enough. And I think sometimes your mental illness, whatever it is that you maybe struggle with a little bit, I think a lot of times I think depression oftentimes is your body telling you, get your fucking shit together. You are depressed right now because for the last 2 years, you have not made the right decisions. You are depressed right now because for the last 5 years, you have leaned into short-term pleasure as an attempt to avoid pain, when in all actuality, you should have been leaning into short-term pain in order to achieve long-term pleasure. I think that that's, for most of you, what depression is. And I think that if you started to just break away from some of your really bad habits right now. I made a video a while back. I made a video like 2 years ago now. It was very controversial. I got a lot of feed. I got personal messages about this video actually, where I said, replace your really bad habits with not so bad habits. No. I said, replace your really bad habits with other bad habits. And basically what I said is like, if right now your life is being ravaged by weed and alcohol and really bad food, you're drinking all the time, getting really high and eating really bad food, controversial take, get addicted to caffeine and Adderall. I don't know. Go get giant packs of nicotine gum and chew 60 milligrams of nicotine a day and see if all of a sudden maybe you don't want alcohol as much, or you don't want the weed as much, or whatever it is. It's like, or get addicted to pussy, get addicted to going out, get addicted to adrenaline, get addicted to fear and overcoming your fear. Because and then people will go, well, what about then when I'm addicted to Adderall? Well, first of all, in the short term, I don't know, over the course of 5 years or something, is it that bad? Or maybe do you literally for the next 5 years, because you've now kicked alcohol. And also I dabble in Adderall. I am very sensitive to stimulants. I think even like when I've talked to people that can't understand even my nicotine gum addiction, I'm insanely sensitive to stimulants, bro. Like, for me, when you talk to somebody that really takes Adderall, they'll take like 30 milligrams a day. Dude, I was hooking up with this chick who was taking, I believe she told me 60 milligrams a day of Adderall. The most, I'm telling you right now, again, Scout's honor, swear on everything. The most Adderall I have ever taken in a day was 10 milligrams, and I felt like I was going to die. That is the most ever. Now, my buddy Dale, he says that he knows for a fact that we did that. He did for sure. Dale the Whale. He says that I was doing Adderall at one point with this guy, Ben, that we worked with at this pizza shop. I do not recall this. I think he's full of shit. But as far as I know, at least in the last 5 years, the most I've ever taken is 10 milligrams in one day. And I take right now, I will take a 2.5 milligram. So I'll take a 10 and I'll cut it into quarters once, maybe twice a week. So again, if you talk to like an actual Adderall consumer, they would laugh at that. They'd be like 2.5. You might as well just like have a Diet Coke or something. But to me, it like hits, really hits. So yeah, I mean, I'm not going to sit here and tell you guys to get on Adderall, but if you have a life debilitating addiction to something, maybe get one that's not as bad, right? I don't know. Get addicted to Kratom or something. I don't know. It's up to you. Do whatever you want. But so, yeah, man, I just wanted to get on here and rant because I felt like, and this is going to go out. Let's just talk, real talk right now. Right now it is August 4th. It's 12:21 p.m. Okay. And a.m. Sorry, 12:21 a.m. It's after midnight. And I just got back from LA and I just decided I'm not going to go out tonight. I don't care to. I don't need to. I wanted to stay in and I wanted to make this video. And so that's what I'm doing right now. And I just felt like it would be inauthentic to just post a concept video on Monday. It's been a couple weeks since I've posted a video. I just felt like I needed to do something a bit more real. So that's what this is. Let me pop the glasses on again and see how long it is. I'm kind of enjoying just talking to you guys. Okay, it's been 42 minutes. Let's go a few more minutes. Bro, have I been cracking the audio thing the whole time? I don't think so. I think it's been pretty good. People have been commenting on my skin and my hair lately. I've been looking younger. And that is because, do I want to get into it? I don't think I want to get into the thyroid right now. Nah, I got to save the thyroid stuff for another video. But I basically realized that I have an unhealthy thyroid, and so I fixed my thyroid health. And it's been pretty unbelievable. And I actually, maybe I'll just talk about this for a second. I do regret getting on TRT. I think that more often than not, testosterone replacement therapy is just you're trying to treat something that doesn't need to be treated. And I think that there's things further up the stream that need to be treated. So to all you young guys, and I've never, to be clear, go back and watch every video I've made about TRT. I don't just say like, oh, I'm not advising anybody to do this. I have very distinctly always said, try to go the natural route as much as you can. And I thought that I had tried to go the natural route as much as I could, but I really didn't. Once I became even more educated, I realized that I hadn't really gone the natural route as much as I wish I would have. So, yeah. So it's a whole thing, but you got to be careful when you're fucking with your hormones. You do. And I don't want to say I regret it. I will say this, right? You can't regret anything in your life if your life is good. My life is good. So I look at things that I view as really bad decisions that I've made or mistakes that I've made. And like, I don't know, dude, maybe I would still be living my current reality or even a better reality if I hadn't made those mistakes. But ultimately, it's like I always say, bro, every success and every failure are equal bricks in your empire. Aaron Alexander, 2024. Everything that has happened to you in your life up to this point is going to make you the man that you're going to become. Maybe you don't like the man you are now. And I want to speak on that, I think, just to kind of close out. So, if you have I've had really bad things happen in my life, all self-induced. Luckily, I don't have anything like not self-induced, right? Like something like traumatic child stuff. Nothing like that. I had a great childhood. My dad always gives me, whenever I'm home, my dad always like, he like mocks me. He's like, oh, and since you had it so hard when you were a kid. I'm like, dude, I have never said I had a hard child. I've never said that. And I tell him, I'm like, I've never complained about my childhood, ever. Like, I don't know where he gets this shit from. So if you're watching this right now too, shut the hell up about that shit. All right. I had a great childhood. I'm very aware of that. But it's getting late. I'm just messing around. But so I've had really bad things happen though that have been self-induced. Just wild, unfathomable mistakes. I would say about 4 wild mistakes that prevented what should have been large amounts of money falling into my lap. Just ridiculous stuff. I'll share one of them. One of them is that I was riding my bike home from work when I was like 22, and I got severely hit by a car. These 2 lesbians, they fucking hit me with their car. It was completely their fault. And they hit me so hard that I flew off of my bike. And this was before game. This was before I was smart. I was so fat and malnourished that I also was very dumb. This is why a lot of fat people are really dumb, because your body, where do you think do you think the nutrients of your body are just going to your body? They go to the brain. Your brain, if you're running off of seed oils, Domino's, Papa John's, your brain is suffering. This is why like fat and dumb go hand in hand. So I was also very dumb when I was fat. I got a lot smarter. I started to notice that as I was losing weight, I was getting more intelligent. I did not speak the way that I speak now when I was younger. There's not a single friend that I had when I was young that would go, oh yeah, you were such an eloquent and phenomenal storyteller. None of them. I got smarter when I lost weight. So these lesbian bitches, oh man, all right, this one's really not, all right. This one's probably never, no one's going to end up seeing this now, but these women, they crossed a line of the road to go around me and they weren't supposed to. And then I was turning at the same exact time. So they hit me so hard on my bike that I went flying, and the 8-pack or the 6-pack of Tall Boy PBRs in my backpack even broke open on the road. I went flying off of the bike. The bike was like a little messed up, but not really. And I just had so much adrenaline. I was like, oh my God. And the girls get out and they're just like, are you okay? Like, oh my God. And dude, like, I don't even know. I just look back at that moment and I guess maybe I just was simping to them or something. Like I almost didn't want to cause so much of a stir about the whole thing. I wanted to be cool. Maybe I wanted to be chill. And I didn't realize that like when something like that happens to you, you have to sue the living hell out of that person. Like you have to call an ambulance immediately if that ever happens to you. Same with a car accident, because those girls wouldn't have paid anything. It would have been the insurance companies. And God only knows how much money I could have got out of that situation. I mean, that's a serious thing. That's not a car crash. That is you being on a bike and getting destroyed by somebody who did an illegal traffic infraction, right? So it wasn't even until years later where I was like, damn, I should have because I was pretty banged up too. I was in pain for a while after that. That's just one. There's like a few other big ones, but I don't want to get into all of them. One of them's really big. A lot of people know about it. Sometimes you guys will even put it in the comments and it pisses me off, but we'll talk about that another time. So here's the deal. If you've made a lot of mistakes in your life and maybe you got bullied a lot, bro. Maybe you had a whole bunch of people in your life that told you would be nothing. And unfortunately, maybe right now they were right. Maybe like people who didn't believe in you, maybe you haven't succeeded. And that shit sucks. And I'll be the one to tell you right now, they were right. And they're winning. Like, they were right about you. You got mad. You said, you don't know anything. You'll see. Well, they're seeing right now. They're looking and they're seeing something. I don't know what it is, but they're seeing something. So any hater you've ever had, any bad experience you've ever had in your life, any bully, anybody that ever told you weren't going to be shit, you were going to fail at something, every girl that ever dumped you for a better guy, and you thought you were going to do the whole, I know how much you guys love these like red pill videos and stuff. It's like, you thought you were going to like disappear for 6 months and like, what? How's that going? Right. Hopefully well. I hope I hope it's going well, but probably not. More than likely not. So if you don't really win, and I want you guys to do what I've done, I have a list that I keep on my fridge at all times that's got a list of all of the bags that I've ever fumbled in my life. And right now, even glancing over, it's not up right now because I keep them all on magnets. I have like 6 things that I keep on my fridge at all times. And then when like I have a chick over or something, I pull them all down and I stick them back up with magnets. There are some women I don't want to see this maniacal side. At least not early on, right? It comes out eventually. It all comes to the forefront eventually, but I try to keep it a little more low key up front. And so I keep this list of all of these large bags that I fumbled in my life. And I look at that list just about every single day because if I don't wildly succeed, and to most guys, I mean, dude, when it comes to women, I have fulfilled way, way far beyond the dreams that any man could ever have for himself. So I've already killed it there. All right. I've lost 100. I'm not the most jacked guy yet, but I'm in great shape right now. I was shirtless. I was comfortable shirtless at the beach the other day. I was comfortable shirtless at the cliffs of Palos Verdes. I take my shirt off to smash a chick. I feel confident. I'm fine. I'm not elite yet. I want to be, but I'm fine. And I used to, my first girlfriend that I got from game, Emily, I remember I did not want her to see me with my shirt off. I did not want her to see me with my shirt off. And she was like picking up on it. She's like, Aaron, come here. And she like takes my shirt off. Cause I think the first time we ever banged, me and Emily, it was late at night. And so dark room, it was fine. I think I did take my shirt off. And I think it was like the first time we were going to bang while the sun was still out. And she was like, Aaron, just come here. And then she started like kissing all over my body. And I still was fat at the time. I still was fat. And I was so self-conscious. And before that, oh my God, I mean, holy shit. Like, it was not a good sight. I have some really old pictures of me shirtless while extremely fat. But so the point is like, and I don't even know why I give these caveats. I guess I just give these caveats because it's like, I'm nowhere near. What I'm saying is like, I've been a successful entrepreneur, right? I mean, I have lived a phenomenal life completely of my own doing. I have never borrowed. Please, for the love of God, if you're a family member or a friend who I've ever borrowed money from, speak up, tell the world about it. I have never borrowed money from anybody. I've never gone to my parents for money. I have never, not since I started my business. I did when I was like 22 when I was a fat shit, but not in many, many years. I've not gone to my family. I've not gone to friends. I have succeeded in so many realms, but I am not yet elite, and I'm getting there. I'm getting very, very close. I am on the cusp of greatness, truly. Like, I can feel it so deep within my blood and in my bones that it's almost scary. And it almost creates the desire for self-sabotage. I almost want to go on a bender to prevent the fears, to prevent the uncertainties of what's probably coming next. And it's sort of like the more successful you get and the bigger that you get in life in general, the more uncertainties that there are. And so sometimes I think that what we do is we self-sabotage with alcohol or drugs or food even, because we are so afraid of the uncertainty of what's coming next on this journey that we want to just sort of beat the same level of the game over and over again because it's a comfortable level. There is no uncertainty there. I've gotten sober a bunch of times now. So if I were to relapse right now, I know the steps, I know the system, and I get to get the false dopamine of 3 days off the booze. It's been a week now. All right, I'm starting to feel bad. I get to get all that uncertainty again. Or I'm sorry, all that clarity, all that certainty again, right? So you want to just kind of like beat the same game over and over again versus facing the uncertainty of what's coming next. That's sort of my theories on self-sabotage. But that's it, guys. That's all I got for tonight, for right now. Maybe I'll do another one of these soon, but for the rest of this week and the next, I'll be promoting a workshop I'm doing for free here in like when you guys see this, it's in like 11 days, something like that. I'll be promoting that a little bit, putting out some more content. And like I said, here eventually you guys will start getting notified about my new channel. And you already know about the other one, the Day Game Decoded, which again has given me a lot of hope, a lot of certainty. I love this stuff, and I love my infield. My infield, dude, I love my infields. I'm so proud of them. Not every single one. Sometimes they're like whatever, right? They're whatever, but they're still golden. I'll never forget a guy coming up to me in Miami and bringing up this one infield of mine that he was just so blown away by. And I remember me putting it out thinking like, oh, this is trash, but like we filmed it, we might as well put it out. And he came to me about that particular infield. He's like, dude, I watched that and I just felt like, oh my God, like this is what game is and all this stuff. And I'm like, shit, man, like, I mean, thanks, I guess, but damn. So I love my infields. I love putting them out. I love just yapping to you guys about this stuff. And so I'm going to make that other channel here. And I'll give it like 3 more months, probably. In about 3 months, I'll probably do it. We'll see. Hopefully I'll get Alpha Chad back soon. And maybe we will start documenting these boot camps and maybe making new creative types of content for the new channel and for the Day Game Decoded channel. So we'll see. But that's all I got for you guys right now. And see you guys soon. Peace.